colony of giant cockroaches. You, kill them with fire, please. With all of his minions summoned and at the ready, Ian announces their goal for the day. Lai, Squishy, and Tweety are all to evolve. Activating Cropia's agility buff, he speeds down the cliff alongside his minions and starts laying the beat down on them. He even uses the assimilated skill with Lai for a boost. Apart from the obvious combat buffs this gives Ian, it also changes his appearance. Now, he looks like a werewolf straight out of an anime version of Twilight, but in a really cool way. Barking out orders to Macho and Lai, he has them attack a good few of the monsters. Even Rake rains down fire from above and Ian fires mana spheres from his latest staff weapon. Unfortunately, the monsters they're fighting have such stupid high defense power that he hasn't even brought their HP to half yet. Deciding to try something different, Ian fires forward a wave of electrical propagation at the horde. The reaction from this attack, however, leaves even him shocked. As it turns out, that last use of electrical propagation was the tipping point for Tweety's evolution. With a blinding flash of light, the little chicken transforms into a majestic eagle with what may just be the most literal glow-up ever. Not only has his appearance changed, Tweety has also gained a new ability, Recharge. 10% of any damage dealt by electric attacks can be absorbed by Tweety as HP. It's an almost vampiric form of life stealing. As he gushes over Tweety's new ability, Lai gets a little jealous, so he gives him some petting. Such a good boy, honestly. Now that Tweety's evolved, it's time for them to wrap up here anyways. Later, Ian returns to Griffa with a ton of soul stones from the plateau. This gets him a triple S clear rank for the quest and gives him tens of millions of XP. Now that they've got what they need, Griffa leads Ian to a different room, though it's more of a hall than anything. At the end of the hall lies an altar where their original goal can be achieved. The testing of her equipment to revive beasts from soul stones. The first one they revive is one of the beasts Ian just fought earlier, Acropsis. Along with granting him some fame for reviving it, the system states that the monster will now appear on the continent of Culinair. Did he just add a whole new monster to the field spawns? From there, the pair go on to revive several monsters, eventually ending the testing with one final beast. To Ian's joy, this turns out to be the ancient hero rank monster, Halican. As thanks for all of Ian's help so far, Griffa tells Ian he can have Halican's binding stone for himself. Despite being a level 1, the beast's stat window reveals a whole array of incredible speed boosting abilities. After deciding to train Halican through his own methods to make his stats skyrocket, Ian summons the beast. Instantly, the Blood Tiger and the Taming Master hit it off and form a powerful bond. Ian names him Hallie, and the two stand there with dopey smiles on their faces, with a determined gleam in her eye. Griffa cuts in and announces it's time to get to their original goal, the revival of the Divine Dragon. Together, Ian and Griffa turn back to the revival altar for their final task. Excited, Ian pulls out the Divine Dragon's stone he's been holding on to all this time. As he's handing it over, he notices just how different it is from all the other soul stones they've seen and revived. Not only is it a good bit bigger, but it's also constantly glowing a bright pink. After taking the stone from Ian, Griffa places it on the altar and begins the revival process. As it's proceeding, Ian starts daydreaming about just how powerful the minion he's about to get will be. As a divine dragon, he'll probably be an amazing rank as well. Hell, maybe even a legendary rank never seen before in Kalen. Clearly, Ian's never heard the saying about counting your chickens before they'd hatched. As the light from the revival process starts shining brighter than ever, Ian starts panicking over how long it's taking to complete. Is everything okay? Oh, it's done. Cool. Wait, no it's not. Why the hell is there an egg on the altar? Where's his damn dragon at? Griffa, on the other hand, doesn't even seem the slightest bit phased. It would seem she knew from the start this is what would happen and just assumed Ian did as well, so she never explained. The revival wasn't to get a dragon up front, but to create a divine dragon's egg. Once Ian hatches it, he'll be the first summoner in his century to have a divine dragon for a minion. As she's explaining this last bit with the egg in her arms, she trips and sends it flying. What the hell, woman? Terrified, Ian dives after the egg with full speed and catches it right before it falls. And then it slips out his hands as well. With a loud thud and crack, the egg lands on the concrete floor and crushes Ian's dreams like a fat guy sitting on a taco shell. With tears streaming down his eyes, Ian is on the verge of breaking down into a full-blown bout of depression when he realizes something. The egg isn't damaged at all. The cracking sound wasn't the egg, it was the floor. That is one strong egg. With a nervous chuckle, Griffa apologizes and says that was really close. Naturally, this prompts Ian to give her the stink eye. Seriously, woman, what the hell? With the egg now in his possession, a pop-up appears to tell Ian all the linked quests from Oakley have been completed. Rather than an XP award, he receives the previously sealed abilities of the feather accessory Oakley's spirit gave him. On top of raising his leadership and sociability stats, this gives him some nice perks as well. From now on, he can capture as many monsters as he wants regardless of his leadership, though he can only summon the ones within his limit for combat. The new ability is still pretty damn solid. On top of that, the leadership needed to summon dragon-class minions is halved and his affinity with them is increased too. Great, now all he needs to do is hatch that egg and he can make use of those. Quickly studying the egg's stat window, Ian sees that it's an egg of Karsius, the divine dragon who once protected the Arnovel Empire. As one of the 5 legendary dragons, Karsius was the one with the highest attack power bar none, earning him the title of War Dragon. If the dragon in this egg is anywhere near that level, Ian's going to be one happy camper. Plus, he needs info on egg hatching for the other quest from Luceful's Emperor anyways. This might actually work out even better since he can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Turning to Griffa, he asks the sorcerer if she knows how to hatch the eggs. To his dismay, the oblivious idiot just tells him to have their mamas sit on the eggs till they hatch. Jesus, how is she even alive? Not wanting to start an argument, Ian calmly reminds her there aren't any divine dragons around to hatch Karsius' egg in that manner. Realizing he's right, Griffa admits she doesn't actually know any other methods, but she does know someone who might. Another summoner, one who passed away in the capital of Arnovel 300 years ago. Luckily, she can open a portal and send Ian somewhere where he can meet the summoner's spirit. She explains the name of this summoner is Ariel, the greatest summoner in Arnovel's history. She should be able to answer Ian's questions. Before sending him on his way, she asks for one final favor of Ian. A system pop-up appears to display the quests she wants him to undertake. She wishes for him to learn how to breed monsters from Ariel. By doing this, he'll be able to breed the monsters they've revived and prevent them from ever going extinct again. The quest kind of annoys Ian at first, but he does a complete 180 as soon as he sees the reward for it. If he completes this quest, he'll receive a hatching skill book. That's exactly what he needs for both his remaining quests. Between the griffin egg from the Emperor and Karsius' egg, this quest is the final hurdle to complete them both. Turning to Griffa with a renewed vigor, he grasps her hands and tells her he'd be more than happy to help. Meanwhile, in the Norman Mountains area, Heron can be seen picking some plants in the snowy terrain. Suddenly, she hears growling behind her and turns to see a terrifying beast. It's just standing there, menacingly. With a loud growl, it moves to attack Heron once they make eye contact. Defenseless, the girl can only cry out in fear of her incoming death. She's saved when an arrow shoots into the tiger's side and stops its charge. This was from Carwin, who is now rushing to her aid. Unwilling to give up on its prey, the tiger charges once more, even with the arrow sticking out of its side. But this time, Heron's radiant Carwin's got another arrow notched to boot. As the tiger gets close, Heron uses her magic to form a shield, stopping it in place and staggering it. From the side, Carwin takes this opportunity to shoot a fully charged arrow at the tiger and knock it down. With the creature at his mercy, Carwin walks up to it, furious at the threat posed to his dear friend. Standing over it, he shoots one last arrow to end its digital existence. Afterwards, Heron and Carwin talk about their trip here. As it happens, Carwin is actually here to act as her bodyguard since they knew the monsters were considerably higher level than her. She insisted on coming here despite that, since she wants some rare herbs for a new recipe she's trying. At Carwin's questioning who she plans to cook this for, she gives no reply. It would seem, however, that good old Ian is in for a pretty nice meal soon. Wink wink. Out in the real world, Jinsung sees people going crazy on the